When I was in high school, in the middle of the year, we got a new English teacher. His name was Father Green. Father Green was a mean SOB from minute one. I mean, kids were getting, whatever our punishment was called jug. We'd have to go to jug on Saturday if we misbehaved. Kids were going to jug by the droves. Somebody spoke up or whispered something, boom, jug, boom. I think Father Green wasn't above a little corporal punishment from time to time. But anyway, after 2 months of that, it's like he flipped the switch, and Father Green became 100% nice. But by that time, we called him Mean Green. That was his name. But I think we all later learned, I think because Father Green told us, that he decided he was going to be an asshole the first few months so nobody would take advantage of him, and so everybody would figure out who was boss, who was not, who were the teachers, who were the students, and where the line was. And guess what? It worked. It worked perfectly. Father Green was highly respected, and people really liked him, students. And I don't think we misbehaved too much either. I was thinking of Father Green when I saw this video this morning. I just got it from a Chicago cop. They have a new police chief in Chicago, and plus they have a new study out saying, oh yeah, we know what the problem of Chicago is. The study is the most astonishing thing I've ever seen in my life. A new study commissioned by the mayor's task force on police. The study says, oh yeah, nobody likes the cops because they're all racist, and they're the ones causing all the problems in the city of Chicago. That's how they roll in Chicago now. So they got the new chief, looks at the study, he's all down with the cause. And then this happens.
New at 10 for us tonight, a new perspective of this violent confrontation between a woman and Chicago police back in 2011. Dashcam video shows officers throwing an armed robbery suspect down to the ground as they arrest her. Superintendent Eddie Johnson called that arrest concerning and has ordered a new review of 2 of the officers involved. But a woman who witnessed that robbery that led to that arrest is speaking out. Eyewitness News reporter Liz Nagy is joining us with that interview. Liz.
Karen, she says police absolutely did the right thing in how they arrested Tiffany Jacobs that night. Martha Osborne was the one who called police and tipped them off to the car Jacobs was driving with a man who just robbed her at gunpoint as her passenger.
We've just been robbed. Black, male, hat, sunglasses, about 5'6". He's got a gun.
That was Martha Osborne's desperate phone call to Chicago police, May 25th, 2011.
He says, give me the money, the cash in the drawer.
Osborne says Floyd May grabbed her as a pawn while he robbed this Portage Park McDonald's, telling the cashier,
if you don't give me the money, I'm going to shoot her. He had the gun right in the left side of my back.
After demanding her wallet, she says,
he got into a car.
Tiffany Jacobs was driving the car Floyd May dove into.
I had the police on the phone.
Stop on Avers from Ferdinand. We got a Lincoln 4-door going southbound.
Friday, Chicago police released this dashcam video. That's Tiffany Jacobs being slammed to the ground by officers. They'd shot her before cameras started rolling.
I just want justice for my daughter. She is not a criminal. She just got herself into a bad situation with a man.
The girl had the gun, my wallet, and the money from this restaurant. When she was stopped, her mother is spoon-feeding a banquet full of bologna to the general public.
Now, as Chicago police reinvestigate the officers who arrested Tiffany Jacobs, Martha Osborne is reliving what happened before police cameras started rolling, haunted by this image of the man who robbed her. 2 of the Chicago police officers seen in that video are now relieved of duty pending the outcome of a new investigation. They were initially cleared of wrongdoing when the arrest was first investigated 5 years ago. Karen, Rafi?
Hey, it's our old buddy Rafi. You guys remember him? He's the guy we featured in White Girl Bleed a lot. He's kind of the big dog of Chicago television news anchors. He wrote me a bunch of emails alternately saying I was making all this up. or happened all the time, but Colin, you refuse to recognize the reason why. Anyway, he's still on the job, still doing his best to ignore, deny, condone, excuse, encourage, and even lie about the level of black mob violence, black on white crime, black criminality in Chicago, and still being rewarded quite handsomely for doing so. You know, when I first, when I saw this story, the next thing after Father Green that popped into my mind was how many videos we have of cops being attacked and killed during traffic stops or during these, stops, just like we just saw. There's one that stuck in my mind. I now know it was from Aiken, South Carolina, but I had so many, I kind of had a hard time remembering what it was. So I went into my little search engines and I started trying to figure out what it was. That wasn't much help because, you type in, if you type in police officer killed during traffic stop, look what you get. You get dozens and dozens of pages of recent examples, killings, shootings, the overwhelming majority of which are black on black suspect, white cop. But I finally found the one I wanted to find. This comes out of Aiken, South Carolina. This is kind of an example of what happens when you think you're going to play the nice guy at a routine stop. That cop just died. It's hard to believe when I say this, but it's true, that all over the country there are lots of places, and Chicago is at the top of the list, where criminals are viewed as victims and cops are viewed as the predators. Why do you think they're letting people out of prison so quickly, so often? And why why when they return to the streets do they go back to killing people so quickly? Like we just saw, I'm making a video about that right now. There's been 2 cases of that in the last 48 hours. Some of the newcomers to this channel might not know where we got the name of the book, Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. Well, it comes from Kansas City, where large groups of black people were terrorizing the Country Club Plaza, the upscale dining and entertainment area. At one point, there were 1,000 black kids fighting police, terrorizing motorists, going in and out of restaurants, attacking the patrons, destroying property. And this happened many times over a period of several years. Finally, Kansas City Council, they decided we're going to put a curfew on that area. The former mayor, who's now a big shot congressman, Emanuel Cleaver, they kind of caught him coming back to the city, so they put him on a microphone. They said, "Hey, Congressman Cleaver, what do you think of this idea about a curfew for the Country Club Plaza?" And Emanuel Cleaver was speaking for all the police departments in America, or all the police chiefs and all the mayors in America. The cops are heroes, the chiefs are not. He was speaking for all of those who treat the criminal as the victim and the cops as predators, when he said some variation of this: "Don't make the black kids angry."